Hey kids, welcome back! Once again, it's time for Creepy Cheapies with Dr. Lady, where we scope out the finest in reasonably priced Halloween masks. I'm Nicki Minaj, and tonight's mask is this little fellow called Area 51. Yeah, now some of you may be thinking, Area? That's not a very good first name for a person, is it? I'm glad they didn't call it Parking Space 51 or something, but no, actually it refers to Area 51, of course, the place designated by the American government, where people always suspect that there are aliens being kept and being, kept secret from the American public. That would be an area in the region of New Mexico called Area 51. Technically. So this mask is a guy who came from Area 51, you see, so it's not like his name is really Area 51 like, as if he were one of the New Jersey 51s. It's not like that's the family name. Although I suppose it could be, couldn't it? Yeah, he could be, maybe his name is Area 51 and maybe his family includes Passenger 57 and Alberto VO5, I don't know. He doesn't seem to think so, but in any case, Area 51, the mask, which would look fantastically cool on either a child or a small human being. Either one would look great. This mask is part of the 2015 lineup from Ghoulish Productions. And it's a little small, okay, it's a little small, but it does have a full back and a full neck, and it has a slit up the back here to make it easier to wear. If you're going to wear it, you're going to be seeing through slits, through little eye cuts made above the alien's eyes. And as you can probably tell, he is based largely on true life reports and descriptions and drawings of what aliens look like from people who claim to have had actual contact with aliens. As for the mask, I don't know how well this shows up on your monitor, but it has a very nice speckled paint job. It's sort of a bluish purplish gray. Not a totally dead gray, but just got enough of a bluish cast to it to look like, he's really alive. And it has this pale, spotty look going on all over. I don't know if that shows up, but it looks very nice in person, very natural and organic and realistic. Now, you might have a problem with this mask, maybe, because the problem you're going to have anytime you have a latex mask that's supposed to be largely round like a ball. As you can see, this is pretty smooth and pretty symmetrical. Not a lot of peaks and valleys, not a lot of ins and outs, not a lot of curvature going on with the sculpture. Anytime you have a mask with a round shape like that that has to be fairly smooth and even and perfect, you're liable to have problems with distortion caused by the time spent between when it was created and when it ended up at your home. That is time it's spent in a warehouse or in a store or in a box during shipping, in transit, whatever. So I had to, this one actually came a little bit squished, and it's still slightly squished. There's a little bit of a fold line there. I had to stuff it out pretty heavily, pretty tightly, fully packed with wadded up plastic bags to try to work all the squishedness out. Yeah, try to get all that out of there. Typically, if a mask has the squishedness problem, typically if you overstuff it and leave it that way for a few days, then you can remove the stuffing and the mask will have, returned to its intended shape. But you may have an issue with that, or maybe you won't. Another issue you may have is the eyes are so big and so shiny and have so much gloss on them, it's possible that gloss could get picked off. This one had a little bit of gloss picked off at the corner. What corner, you ask? Oh, the corner of Route 4 and 1st Street? No, the corner of the eye is what I was saying. It had a little bit of the gloss cracking at the corner of the eye. Well, I shouldn't say cracking because it's not like real brittle. It can come off if something gets up against there before it's completely dry. So that may be an issue. So ideally, if you want one of these, ideally you should buy it from a costume shop or Halloween store where you can examine them and pick one for yourself and maybe compare them rather than buying it through the mail, because you can make sure you're getting a perfect one. Now, again, this one came to me with a little problem with a little bit of the gloss on one of the eyes, but that was not a major problem because I'm one of those mask guys and I have gloss in jars, you know, gloss mixture varnish type stuff that I can put on there and make it look shiny. And what's going to happen if the gloss does come off, if you get one with damage, it's still going to be black. It's not like it'll be white under there. It's probably just going to be black but not shiny. So if you're just going to wear it for Halloween or with a costume or whatever, no big deal. It's fine. It's still going to look great. But if you're persnickety about that kind of thing and you're a collector and you have kind of a perfectionist way of looking at these things, then you're going to want the gloss to be nice and neat and equally shiny all over, and you may have to keep that in mind when you're buying it. But a great mask, a terrific design, beautifully sculpted, beautifully painted for 40 bucks. Are you kidding me? Definitely worth it. So yeah, pick one up next time you go down to Area 51.